God, it's windy out today. Look at this. What is this, Kansas? Guys, it's been a while since I've done an Ask Me Anything video. So let's do this. But before we do this, we gotta make coffee. Like, who in their right mind would make a video and not drink coffee at the same time? A crazy person, that's it. Who else enjoys their coffee really hot? I know I do. Boom. Alright, let's do this, guys. Let's do this. Let's get started, shall we? I submitted a little thread over at facebook.com/DavidDeFranco, and I got a lot of responses. Thank you guys very much. I chose 13 questions to answer today. The first one being from Carson Keller. Let's throw that up on the screen. Carson says, what is your favorite thing from Sheets? What a great question. And I will tell you my exact favorite item, right down to the ingredients, the toppings, and whatever. Here we go. Spicy chicken sandwich on brioche roll, lettuce, tomato, extra mayo. With usually a side of maybe like a cup of fries with some nacho cheese on the side of that side. A lot of trucks out today. So there you go. There's my favorite item from Sheets. Of course, I like a lot more at Sheets, but the spicy chicken sandwich, man, it's just so good. Question number 2 comes from Kuras Hatsan, or Hatsan. Sorry if I said that wrong. Curtis says, what's your Switch account name? Tonguey face? Anyway, Curtis, my Switch account name is technically David DeFranco, but I don't think that's going to become official until the paid service rolls out in the fall. I could be wrong. So for now, here's my friend code for the Switch. Actually, I'll just put it right below in the video description. It's easiest that way. Be sure to add me because I've been playing online with viewers lately in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So add me and perhaps we'll race together. Question number 3. Alex Brandflakes says, if YouTube wasn't a thing, what would you see yourself doing right now as a career? Alex, I love questions like this because I get to talk about my business, talk about my work, talk about branding, but because this is an AMA video, I'm going to keep it as short as possible. If YouTube was not a thing, scary thought by the way, and it's eventually not going to be a thing at some point in the future, but not anytime soon, probably graphic design. I've always had a thing for graphic design even before college, and that's why I didn't really learn too much in college because I mostly knew all the material. Well, because I generally taught myself back in the days of high school through Photoshop tutorials, and that was even before the days of YouTube, so I'm talking about like Photoshop forums and all that stuff in regards to graphic design and web design. And I did take an HTML class in high school, which I'll never forget. That's like the first real class that got me into that sort of thing, which eventually translated into my obsession over platforms like Xpage. Has anyone out there used Xpage? And GeoCities. I know many of you have used GeoCities. So there you go. Graphic design and web design. I love both. Kevin Epperjesse. What was the worst product you've ever done in your YouTube career? I'm sorry, product review. That would have to be the parachute camera. It was kind of like this shitty little camera you put on your chest or like a lanyard or something. And you would basically document your day through this terrible lens, horribly small image sensor. It was just a piece of shit. And I'm sorry, Parachute, if you happen to see this. Now, there is one major thing I never really made public until today, and I told friends this. I never officially published my Parachute review because the product was just so bad, and honestly, I shared a video of myself throwing the parachute across my old house because I just thought it was that bad, and it like exploded on impact. And the makers of Parachute emailed me personally saying, please, you cannot post this review. It's going to destroy our reputation. It's going to destroy our brand. There's something wrong with it. But between you and me, I don't think anything was truly wrong with the Parachute. It was just a crappy product. I just couldn't share that review because if it did hurt their reputation, I would feel bad. But at the same time, I feel like I failed you guys because I did not post a review because the product was so bad. So there you have it. Not my proudest moment on YouTube, but then again, this happened years ago, so it doesn't matter now. But still, it's something I think about now and then. You know what? Maybe I'll post a Parachute review if you guys are still interested. Let me know. I mean, I still have it. I just gotta upload it. Hubert Lowe III. Do you think Apple will debut an Amazon Echo type device this coming June? I read the same rumor you did, apparently. I don't know about June. I mean, yeah, it could happen that early. I don't see it happening that early. Maybe like in the fall. Okay, maybe announcing it in June and releasing late summer, early fall. But yes, I do see Apple doing this eventually. I talked about this in the Patrons Only vlog that's going to come out on Friday, but I'm going to keep this short and sweet right now. I'm very interested in a product like that because I feel Apple could do a much better job in the audio department. They take a lot of pride in audio. The Echo is a great device, but the audio quality is not that great. But at the same time, Siri isn't that great. She's just useful in some cases, like alarms and looking at basic things and calling people and playing Apple Music, which is actually a huge, huge convenience. But in general, Siri is just an embarrassment. And I'm not afraid to say that as an Apple fanboy. Siri needs some serious work. So if I'm willing to replace my Echo, which I use all the time and it's extremely reliable, with something like Siri in the kitchen, it needs to just work. So hopefully by then, iOS 11 will be a thing and Siri will have received some dramatic improvements. But as of right now, I'm not that hopeful for it turning into an awesome product. But hey, I could be wrong. Cosmin Vasil says, I often find myself choosing things that are comfortable over things that are stressful and risky because I am scared I will fail. Perfectly normal. Seriously, perfectly normal. Hey, I'd rather be scared than not scared. That means you're doing something right. So my question is, how do you motivate yourself to take the risk, to do things that are out of your comfort zone? Hope you understand my question. Haha. I find it hard to put in exact words. No, Cosmin, I know exactly what you mean. You just defined my YouTube career in a few sentences. Seriously, most of my projects that I've tried over the years don't pan out very well. Only a few projects work in the long run. Look at Patreon. Patreon was a huge risk, but I took that risk. I got so much hate. And honestly, I am so glad a lot of you hated me for introducing Patreon. Because, well, at the risk of sounding cocky, Patreon turned into a huge, huge success. It has quite literally changed my life, especially in a world where advertising revenue isn't exactly reliable like crowdsourcing is. Crowdfunding, rather. That's a better word. Crowdfunding. That's what Patreon is. It's a crowdfunding platform. So, my best advice, try it. I mean, we are on the internet. The internet is a virtual playground. We can try anything we want, and that's the beauty of it. And if you fail, who cares? I look at that as advice to yourself, as experience. Life experience, work experience. That's what life is all about. We're all gonna die someday, so why not try ideas now? And please, whatever you do, do not listen to negative feedback from trolls. They will try to mentally break you down, but you gotta remain strong. Again, look at my Patreon as an example. If I were to listen to all the naysayers, then I wouldn't have a campaign today. And I'm so glad I didn't listen to them. Because, don't forget, positivity always outweighs negativity. It's the truth. Cody Carls, and excuse all the lighting differences, the sun is going crazy today. Cody says, do you have any tips for YouTubers who are struggling with views? If not, has there ever been a time where you had a hard time getting views? Thanks for answering. Cody, thanks for asking. Yes, I do have a hard time getting views, and that's perfectly normal. That's the beauty of YouTube, and the scary thing at the same time. Scary in regards to, like, you feel like you're failing, but it's awesome at the same time because you're fighting for something. I mean, if it's so easy to get, then maybe it's not worth earning in the first place. Succeeding on YouTube is not easy. It takes a lot of time, a lot of patience, and a lot of consistency. Never, ever forget that word, Cody. I'm serious. Consistency pays off. Yes, I have had a hard time getting views, but some videos do better than others. Look at my Switch video. My world's smallest Nintendo Switch video has nearly 800,000 views. But my last weekend vlog barely passed, what, 10,000 views? That's just how YouTube is. You cannot obsess over numbers. Yes, numbers are fun to look at and just analyze in general because, believe me, I love numbers, but they don't define you. What defines you is quality content. So be consistent in creating and uploading quality content. Parker Neff asks, with your first anniversary tomorrow of the Ask David podcast, when do you think you will make a comeback? I don't want to say never because I don't know what I'll be doing this time next year, but that's crazy. Tomorrow, or today rather, the day of this upload, according to you, is my first anniversary. That's crazy. It's not likely at this moment in time. Again, just another example of how the internet is an amazing place. You have the freedom to try anything you want. And if it doesn't succeed or you don't enjoy doing it, then scrap it and move on to another project. And that's kind of what happened to the Ask David podcast. I once again confirmed with myself, because this is not my first time trying a podcast, that podcasting is not for me. I sincerely believe that I'm meant to do this. I'm meant to hold the camera and talk to you guys in a visual format, not an audible format. Okay, so I love listening to and watching podcasts. I mean, I was just doing one earlier today. But in terms of creating podcasts, I don't think I'm good at it. Natasha Pagzowski? Did I say that right? This is a new angle. If you won the lottery, what's the first thing you would do that's not to do with technology? Great question, and I'm really glad you threw in the technology part because that makes it easier for me to answer. Because I probably would just buy like 18 Mac Pros and create like a super server or something. Not really. I would buy like an OLED TV. I would. But aside from technology, first thing I would do is pay off student loans. I mean, I'm pretty close. I think I only have like a few $1,000s more to go. That's not a lot of money considering I'm coming up on my 10 years of graduating. But not really. That would be 2019. Anyway, the point is I'm hoping to pay off my student loan debt this year. But besides that, pay off my house, pay off our property, including the main house and this house, so my parents could retire and they can live here because my parents love it here, as do I. So I guess that's the first thing I'll do. Pay off debt. Michael Daniels. Long-term goals? YouTube won't last forever. Family of your own someday? You're absolutely right. YouTube will not last forever. And believe me, I've been thinking about that lately. Not that my YouTube channel is going to disappear anytime soon. I see it being around for the long run. But in terms of long-term goals, the Franco University and Patreon. I can see myself going almost exclusively to Patreon one day. Don't panic, don't panic. I'm not talking about anytime soon. But Patreon is a game changer. It's just so freaking reliable. Like, it is that good. And I realize not everyone has the money to pledge my Patreon campaign, and that's perfectly fine. That's why I'm not exclusive on Patreon yet. But in regards to the Franco University, I plan on making that huge someday, and I'm actually looking at version 2.0 right now. I'm not ready to unveil it yet, maybe in a couple weeks. So yeah, the future looks bright. I definitely have options, and that's why it's smart to not only focus on one task at hand. YouTube, affiliate marketing, selling products and services. Do not concentrate on just one thing because things can change just like that. For example, Apple just dramatically cut down on how much affiliate commission they're sharing with iTunes and the App Store and all that stuff. Okay, so I am not an Apple affiliate, but still, that's a great example. If you were to only focus your business on Apple's affiliate program, that would be a huge mistake. Alright, this video is going to be a little longer than I thought it was. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have picked 13 questions. I should have picked like 10. Anyway, Ben Lohman says, What would 2006 you think about 2017 you in terms of content, thought process behind your creative work, video quality, etc.? I think I'd be proud of myself. I mean, I'm proud of myself now. I'm not as big on YouTube as I would like to be. I mean, that number keeps going up, which is good, and I'm proud of that. As I lose one on camera. I mean, guys, my video quality alone has changed dramatically over the years, and I think I've been more creative lately. I mean, look at this video, for example. I mean, I could just be sitting at a desk saying blah, blah, blah. But no, I'm moving around the house. I'm using music, using transitions. I have an end screen now. So I think my video quality, my video style has changed for the better. Some may disagree, and that's fine. All right, Tom Martin, you're up next. What do you think Apple's next new IP will or should be? The iMac Pro. And I don't know if that really classifies as a new IP, but it classifies as a new product. It would be a first ever for the iMac line. I mean, iMac Pro, think like the Surface Studio, but with an Apple touch to it. I mean, I love my iPad Pro. I love my Apple Pencil, which I don't use as often as I should. But honestly, if we had a desktop that supported the Apple Pencil, I would use it so much more often. I mean, just picture Photoshop running on the iMac Pro with Apple Pencil support. Dear Lord, I think I just squirted a few pixels. Seriously, that would just be incredible. And I think it's very likely. So there you go. Concentrating on the Pro market. Hopefully. And finally, wrapping up the video, let's end where we started, shall we? Chelsea Ellis Johnson. I chose this question for one very good reason, just because I love it. Do you believe in aliens? Chelsea, amazing question. Yes, I 100% absolutely believe in aliens. I don't care what anyone's religion says. If you honestly think we're alone in this universe, then you are fooling yourself. The Earth is a speck in the grand scheme of things. And I'm not just talking about our solar system. I'm talking about, like, true outer space. Who knows what's in black holes? I don't think we have any physical, visual proof of what's past a black hole. And I realize it's like empty space, crushing or whatever. And I'm not saying we have life in black holes, but I'm saying maybe black holes could be some kind of warp or dimension portal to another world. We don't know that. And I'm not the kind of person to immediately disregard something just because we don't have evidence. Look at religion, for example. Some people believe in God. I do to an extent. But I will say this. I believe in aliens more than I do God. I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm not, like, anti-religious. I was raised as a Catholic, and I'm still Catholic. And, well, no, I don't go to church as often as I should. But I don't know. I'm just saying. I heavily believe in aliens. Whether they're more intelligent than us, I don't know. Maybe there's another planet out there just like us. Maybe there's someone on another planet talking about someone like me. Maybe there's someone out there making videos just like me. Who knows? And that's what's so freaking fascinating about life. We have so many questions with no answers. Man, I just get so hyped. I need to make an entire video about this. So Chelsea, there you go. My favorite question of the day. Thank you for asking it. All right. Boom. There you have it, guys. Thank you so much. This has been a lot of fun. Video went on a little longer than I thought it would, but hey, that's okay. That's just me being me. Talking your heads off, right? Your support means a lot. And if you guys want to see more AMA videos, let me know in the comment section right below. And if you hated this video, let me know. Though I really don't care if you hated the video. Negativity doesn't roll well with me. Email me if you hate me. Don't bitch in the comments. Thank you so much. Your support means a lot. And I'll see you next time. Peace.